Alright, today I'm going to do my own comparison of the Team Wendy here on the left and an Ops Core. I believe this is a Fast on the right. This one was issued to me. I've had it for, I was the first one to be issued it from my unit. Prior to that, we were using, I believe, ECHs with the flat, the no bill in the front. So you got your Team Wendy. These are both American-made helmets. They're both ballistic helmets. One thing with Team Wendy, a lot of people they really like the way the helmet fits. I feel like it's a thicker material overall as far as the ballistic portion, the Kevlar, whereas your Ops Core, it is a little thinner, but it has like a bicycle material styrofoam kind of shell on the inside. I don't know how that affects the actual ballistic capabilities of it. Another thing, people really like the way these Team Wendy helmets fit, and if you can see here, the shadowing, they have a slightly angled rectangular, not rectangular, but they have like little corners, you see. With this, Team Wendy, they have their own rails. This is the rail 2.0 on the Exfil Ballistic. I believe this is Fast, and they have what they call the arc rails, which a lot of people have copied. You can get them for pretty much any helmet other than the Team Wendy, to the best of my knowledge. A lot of people say these Team Wendys are more comfortable. I find the Ops Core to be more comfortable, but it's a bigger helmet overall. One good thing about Team Wendy's, they have two sizes. They have size 1, which is medium and extra large, and you have enough play here in their BOA system. I guess a lot of snowboard guys will be very familiar with that. So this just tightens up a bunch, so that way my wife, who doesn't have nearly as gigantic of a head as I does, because she's a normal human, this would fit me. I would be very likely to, I would assume that it would also fit her, where this large Ops Core probably wouldn't fit her. I wear a 7 5/8 baseball hat, so I have a pretty large head. Most people would probably be fine with, this size Team Wendy and maybe a medium, but if you want some flexibility, if you needed to let someone borrow it, say, if you were going to use it, or you wanted your friend, especially a wife, or one of your kids, this might be a better option for you, although it is a little heavier. The Team Wendy's is slightly heavier than the Ops Core. I'm going to go ahead and pause it so we can try it on. Alright, so this is the Team Wendy. As you can see, they have this nice, beautiful patch here with their extremely strong Velcro. The patch itself is really thick. It's crazy. They had another one. The Velcro is very strong. So with the another patch that it had said made in Cleveland. They're made in the United States, as our Ops Core. I don't know what state, but Team Wendy here is made in Cleveland, Ohio. I gave that patch to a friend. I'm going to try to get this the best I can while just filming it myself in the hotel room. So you have decent coverage here, a little bit of open spot behind the ear. Then you have what is called the BOA system right here. So you pull it out to disengage and loosen. Push it in to tighten. Tighten, tighten, tighten. This one seems to go a lot more than the Ops Core does. It's also, you saw I did it very easily with one hand. It doesn't require a whole lot of like getting your hand up and underneath, like inside the shell. The only complaint that I have so far is that the 3-prong side of this buckle is, in my opinion, on the wrong side. It's on the short side. It's easier to clip with one hand with the Ops Core. Let's see if I can get this done. So couldn't get it done with one hand, had to put it down and do it with the help of a friend. Had to phone a friend on that one. But as you can see, it says it's pretty much as big as it's going to be on these. And like I said, I have a large head, but it's slightly, I don't know, slightly constricted here in the jawline, but I can close my mouth with no problem. If I needed to really clench my teeth, no, even then it's not even tight. So I do really like this retention system. I like the freedom you have to be able to do it with one hand. I'm still getting more ratchets out of it. I don't like that you have to pull it out to disengage it. I like that you can just push it in and turn and turn. Let me turn my TV off here. So I have it on. It's pretty much not moving anywhere. I can even go upside down doesn't feel like it's going to come off. So now I'm on to the, this is the ops core. I don't know if you could tell, it seems to sit not necessarily higher off my head, but just bigger all the way around. It seems to fit. When I like to, when I put it on, I like it to just barely protrude into my vision, but go down as far as it can. Because this one sticks out so far, it sits a little high above my eyebrows, but I can still see it. Not that it gets in the way of my vision, but go back around for the background, for the side view. So this one I feel like is more open than the Team Wendy. You come around to the side, to the back, and you have their ratcheting system. I like that there's no push to engage, pull to disengage. You could just twist it either way to tighten or loosen. But I feel like they have, being that they have the prong side on the chin strap portion. Let's see, maybe I could do it with this one. See, easier to do with that one. This one has a lot more room. You could be a bigger boy, have extra chin or two, or just a really, really big chin. These are just pull to tighten. But I do feel like they're a little off. Once you get them on, you get them tightened to about the same way, and you can see the chin. That's a little too tight. Still full range of motion. I could eat, I could drink water, I could brush my teeth. But I feel like the chin strap is a little, it's tilted to one side over the other. Or maybe I just have a crooked head or something. And I feel like the retention system's not quite as good without the chin strap, so it doesn't move anywhere when you're vertical. But if you're to go upside down, it felt a little loose, just a little looser than the Team Wendy did. So with the Team Wendy, let's take this off. With the Team Wendy, they have, come on, they have these clips here. So you just clip it. So I feel like it would hold better, but in a situation where you need to tighten or loosen it, you know, it might take a little bit more added steps. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to test it to see how it fits with a gas mask, because that's another thing you should consider. I know some guys, especially with ECHs, I had a couple of my Marines were shooting at the range, and we were having a hell of a time clipping their, they were doing shooting with the, shooting with their gas masks on while I was doing the safety corpsman coverage for that. So they were having a hell of a time clipping it on. Some guys were recommending they make a thing. It's, you know, a couple inches long, and it has the female and male end clip, so you could extend it and fit it on there. So we'll check that next. We'll check the current, I think it's A40 gas mask. I'm not positive of the name, but it's the one that we're currently issued in 2023, and the entire time I've been in the military for the last 14 years, we've had the same one. Anyway, so I'm going to try that on, try the helmets on, and we'll check that out.
All right, hopefully you can hear me. I got my gas mask on. So we're going to try the Team Wendy on first. Let me pull this to disengage. Throw this bad boy on. Pretty good. No real problems there. No problem getting it on, no problem getting it off. Alright, so this is the ops core. Man. All right, so again, a little slower, but it still fits fine. As you can see, it's going underneath my gas mask, partially around the seal.
All right, so again, we got the ops core on the right, Team Wendy on the left. You can see the size. It's 15-20% smaller on the Team Wendy, while the material itself is actually thicker. So you see that it's pretty much that same thickness, slightly thinner. and the same with the material here made by the Gentex/Ops Core. Carrying cases, I actually prefer the Ops Core. This is what it came with when it was issued to me from my unit. We got issued these less than a year ago. I was the first one to get issued it, this particular helmet. So it came with all the crap. I brought it all with me other than the helmet. So I have the Ops Core carrying case. It's got the instructions manual in this little red pouch, and it came with extra pads and little pieces of Velcro and stuff like that, and a thing to put a Picatinny rail, which I think might be plastic. I'm not sure. I haven't opened this up and played with it. Team Wendy, being that they have the different rails, they have the this is the Exfil Ballistic helmet with the rail 2.0 system. These are the arc rails. I believe I mentioned that earlier. This one came with Picatinny rails, which again look like they're plastic. And you got some hardware, the tools to deal with it. I don't think that the Ops Core has that. Maybe it's hidden away somewhere in there. But this one has, you can see a little Loctite on there. So you just take these out right there and right there. You put the Picatinny rails on there. You have this kind of chintzy little, it's just like a really thin pair of basketball shorts or something. And the Velcro loves to stick to it. Oh yeah, prove me wrong, cool. There we go. The Velcro loves to stick to that. Doesn't necessarily stick to the Ops Core so much. This came with little hooks, and I'm not sure what the zip ties are for. I installed these today for retention of your NVGs. Of course, they come threaded, in my opinion, in a better spot in the Ops Core, which I'm not sure if this is a Wilcox mount, but it's a good quality mount, whatever it is. I've had my NVGs on there. Haven't used these yet, but as you can see, it's made by Wilcox, so it's got to be quality. And then with the Team Wendy, you get a million little pads for different shim sizes. As I mentioned earlier, it's meant for different size heads, because this one's a medium and a large. Like I mentioned earlier, this is something you could have for yourself, but let a friend maybe with a, I have a big head, so you could take that and give it to someone with a more normal size head, medium head, small head, whatever, probably fit in there, especially with all these pouches and their better retention system that has a better amount of play from all the way tight to all the way loose. And then if that doesn't do it, the chin strap is pretty good, where I think this one might have a better, the Ops Core may have a better chin strap, like the amount of movement it has, and it's a little easier to loosen and tighten. If need be, for some reason, I could see it backing off because it's just a little slider piece on here that doesn't actually clip into place where the Team Wendy does. Overall, both very good helmets. This one I got from a gentleman on eBay for about $900, so I got a pretty good deal. The only thing, it had just a very, very small scuff right here. You can see that. That's it. That's all it had. This one is just me from bumping my head on stuff, using it like a bump helmet. From what I understand, they make spray paint to cover that up. That's like the same color. I think both brands offer that. Or, you know, instead of paying $35 for a can of spray paint, just get whatever close color you can, and maybe wear a cover on them just so you don't scratch it up, because the material, the Kevlar, likes to, once it gets wet, it gets ruined. So I want to make sure you don't get any moisture in there. But with my job, that's probably, you know, we're always around water. So yeah, if you get any scuffs in there, make sure you guys cover them back up with spray paint or whatever. Cover it probably after that. So I would say, I'm not sure on the ballistics. This one, the Kevlar is thicker, but these guys are, you know, Ops Core. Team Wendy is thicker, but the Ops Core, they're very ahead of their game on the stuff that they're making. So I'm waiting to see. I've seen there's ballistics tests by other YouTubers. You got plenty of Ops Cores being shot, a bunch of hardhead veterans and other more budget-friendly ones. Honestly, most of them haven't impressed me. There's been a couple that have. I'll let you guys draw those conclusions from other people's videos. I don't want to tell you what to buy. These ones hold up. The Ops Cores have held up well, I'll tell you that much. And I have not seen any videos for the Team Wendy. Unfortunately, well, fortunately for me, unfortunately for you guys, I'm not going to be shooting my Team Wendy helmet because I want to keep it. Any other questions you guys have, feel free to let me know in the comments, or if you think I'm a complete idiot, and I'm pretty much not going to edit this video because I'm a boomer. So if you have any complaints, take it right down to the comments section.